So after those really amazing embedding talks, this is going to be like much lower on the technical side, but I'm going to be talking about something that has been a real barrier for our users. For those who don't know me, one of the things I do a lot of is running hack weeks for teaching people the Pangeo ecosystem of tools to help the sort of ocean ecosystems community work more with especially remote sensing data and ocean model data, breaking down those barriers. And a big barrier for our users that we discovered is something called point collocation. So what's point collocation? Basically, we have some image. This is something from the PACE hyperspectral color mission, and we have some points, the blue dots there, and so that might be samples that have been taken. And what our participants who are doing projects need to do is they need to, for those particular points, they'll have like the lat long points, they need to get what are the values for the underlying remote sensing or model data. Okay, so as I said, I do a lot of hack weeks. This is maybe over the last 3 years, I've run 8 of these different week-long hack weeks, and I'm teaching them the Pangeo ecosystem of tools. And yeah, super common task. And the participants can spend like 2 of the 5 hack week days trying to sort out how to do point collocations, because that's the first step. And so it's a huge pain point. And we created a lot of materials giving them tips and tricks of how to do this efficiently. And why is it hard? Like I showed you 4 points. Well, if it were only 4 points, it would be easy. We just do, our, select method nearest, something like that. But in practice, there's just so many reasons it's really, really hard for our users. So a big problem is the cloud data, and that these HTML headers that need to be created, they sort of grab temporary data, and we keep having these problems with blowing up the memory. We have all sorts of tricks to be able to do things fast, like vector indexing. Horrible to explain to your beginners. Have to set things up for smart parallelization, etc. Oh, dealing with nonlinear grids. That's like a nightmare for users. So we took all the information that we put together and created this package. And right now it is a extension for earthaccess. It's designed to be able to work with other formats. And I think going forward, the next one will be working with like a virtualizer. But right now it works with earthaccess. And what it does, I'll show you a quick example. But it finds what are the files where the points occur, and then it plans, and then it does the matchup, and it uses all the intelligent decisions that we've figured out over the last 3 years, and it works with gridded and non-gridded data. All right, so let's see an example here. So here's an example where, so here's a bunch of points, and this is kind of how the package works. First we tell it our data frame is all our points. It's got lat long there, and data source, it only works with earthaccess right now. And we say, hey, go out and look for this short name. This is a particular collection. Find the files that we need to do these matchups. And it reports back, okay, you got 52 points, and in this case, you're going to need 52 different files. You do that, it gives you some information so you can make sure, yep, this all looks good. And then once you're done with that, you say get the matchups, and it goes and it makes all the intelligent decisions to get that data from the cloud and returns back the matchups for you. So yeah, here's it also has some nice features. For example, if you're working in a polar region, you don't want to use just a basic Euclidean distance. You want to use Haversine, something like that. And this you can select what kind of distance metric you want to use. That works well. And then the last one I want to show in the last 20 seconds here is a nice thing that it does for our users is like if they have like 15,000, 20,000 points, So that matchup, the planning part is key because it goes out, it looks in the whole collection and it just shows them and it finds exactly the files that they're going to need to get those matchups. So it's kind of simple, but it solves a really big barrier for our users. All right, thanks.